Well, welcome to the Distorted Dialogue podcast. Today we got Corey, the guitar and vocalist of the band Graveripper, coming out of Indianapolis.
What's up, dudes?
Thank you so much for coming, man. What a killer record From Welkin to Tundra is, man. You got to be stoked for it.
Yeah, man, it's gotten a really good reception so far. I like it probably more than any other release we've done up to this point, so I'm really happy with it. Yeah.
I just went through your entire catalog, all your singles, your EPs, and I really like the direction that your band is going in. Like you just keep getting grittier, you keep getting faster. There's tons of melody in the songs. Like, what's there not to like, really, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And there's so many good bands coming out on Wiseblood right now. So when Sean sent this over to me and I got to listen to it I think like a couple weeks before it was released, it's just been on constant rotation. And then for it to drop on Friday, I think it's been on constant rotation since Friday too. So then
That's
I was,
awesome, man.
but I'm so pissed off. I fucked around and I waited. And now, like, I want the vinyl to come, but I waited too long to order. So now, like, I'm stuck in limbo, you know? But that's a sick ass variant you guys got.
Yeah, I don't. Why couldn't you order right now?
Oh, I did, but it's not here yet, is the problem.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, no, they haven't like we just got them to the States today, so no one has them yet. So
yeah,
you're in the clear.
yeah. I know things are delayed from that whole Taylor Swift surprise drop album. It seemed like a lot of bands got, a little bit behind on the pressings.
Yeah, I heard somebody say so. Actually, the first time I heard anything about that was when somebody left a comment about it. Until then, like on our LPs coming out, but until then I hadn't heard anything about it. But no, ours just got to the States like literally today. Well, not to the States, but to our record label today. So if they were delayed by it, I don't know if we didn't
Yeah,
notice or they were maybe I don't know if obviously you want the LPs to come in before the street date, but they don't always do that. But I don't know if the Taylor Swift thing had anything to do with it or not. But yeah, if it did, I'm coming for you, Taylor.
That's two of us, dude. My kids play her constantly, and I'm like, dude, she's terrible. She don't even use distortion, you know? But dude, it's a killer record, and dude, I'm impatient. I'm an impatient, greedy American, and I want the record now.
I hear you.
But
Oh, I hear.
talking to all my buddies online, man, it's gotten, like you said, a really surprising. I shouldn't say surprising. It's gotten a really positive feedback from it. And did you expect it to be as beastly as it is?
I knew it was gonna be better than the last full length record we did. When we got it back from mixing and mastering, and had all the bells and whistles through in there also. I knew it was definitely like a step up in production value and songwriting. So it surprised me a little bit, of course, when you actually hear the finished product, but I knew we had something better on our hands once we had the collected songs ready to go too. So a little bit of both.
Yeah. It like I started going through yesterday and I was like, I'm gonna do a deep dive so I can sit down with you and talk over your catalog. And like the first couple, even your first the 2020 EP single, Complete Blinding Darkness. That's
Mhm.
the only one that I was like, man, if this had better production, it would have been like a lot better. Granted, it's your first single, you know? But
Mhm.
dude, like you guys have like such a great sound that it's almost like no matter what you put out, as long as it sounds like your current sound, it's gonna be a fucking banger, dude.
Hell yeah.
I hope you feel the same as me, and I hope you put out some more shit.
Yeah, man. No, it's not slowing down at all. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I saw you guys are gonna be trekking across to the West Coast a little bit too.
No West Coast dates. We do have a tour coming up in about 3 weeks, but there's no West Coast dates on it.
Is it like more in the Western US though? I think like Chicago is like your Eastern city, isn't it? Or did I look at their
We go out to like think Nebraska, maybe as far west as we go, but it's
Okay.
mostly the Midwest and Southern tour.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. I have so many dates in my head, and oh fuck. And I was in a car accident, so I can't remember shit. But
Dang.
I was just noticed, I was like, man, none of the bands I like are coming to Pittsburgh. And I was like, dude, we got to get Graveripper and Bloodletter in Pittsburgh.
Dude, that would be sick. We've done a lot of shows with the Bloodletter guys before. They're awesome dudes. They just put out a new record this year too. Oh yep, there it is. Yeah, man, if the timing works out, that would be dope.
Yeah, and I just talked to another band over on I'm from Pittsburgh, so on
Mhm.
our side of the state called Bastard Cross. They got a new full
Yep.
length coming out too. And it's right up there with your guys and Bloodletter, man. Just killer shit coming out right now.
Yeah, I know Bastard Cross. They put out some ripping stuff. I want to say they were on like our record label, Wiseblood Records, does a yearly comp called Faster Than the Devil. I want to say they were on the third or fourth installation of that.
Yeah.
It's ripping Black Thrash.
Yeah. I just discovered the last Faster Than the Devil that just dropped like a couple weeks ago with all those Indonesian Blackened Thrash bands and dude, it was fucking brutal.
Yeah, man. Sean does a really good job finding those bands and giving them center stage, and they're always rippers.
Yeah, and like Sean reached out to me, and that's how like I kind of started getting into Wiseblood's catalog, and I stumbled across your stuff somehow. My only complaint was, where were you guys 5 years ago in my life? You know, like,
Just hadn't crossed paths yet, man, but better late than never, right?
yeah, dude, I'm so glad I crossed it. And the fucking song "New Gods, New Masters," man, I can't get a fucking enough of it. It rem Dude, it's just so good. And it has like a little bit of melody in it, but not enough to water it down. That
Hmm.
shit's just been on repeat. I was painting my bathroom a couple days ago, listening to your album on repeat. And my kids came in like, Dad, are you okay? We thought you fell off the ladder. And I was like, no, I'm just singing along, you know? Like,
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Teach
yeah.
the kids the words too, and they can do gang shots on the new record, on the next record.
Dude, my 11-year-old sings professionally, so if you need a strong female voice, call her up.
Oh man, she'll outdo me. I'll be out of a job.
She's not as blackened as you. It would be like a nice contrast, you know?
Yeah. Once they hear us with a real singer, then I'm done for.
So where do you draw, like I was gonna ask you about Venom, but like where do you draw your influences from? I see the flag hanging behind you.
Yeah, it's totally. I mean, just a little bit of everywhere, you know. I love the classic US and German thrash stuff. I love I guess it would be the second wave, like Norwegian black stuff. Love the first wave of stuff too, but I love the minor tonalities of the second wave. So, you know, your Emperors, Mayhem, and Dissection and things like that. I like the black and rolly kind of stuff too. Like Carpathian Forest was a big influence on this record. Talk, I think that's how you pronounce that. Bands like that. That side project that Abbott did, I think Abbott was on it. It's called like I or something like I don't know if that's how you
I don't
pronounce it,
know
but
that one.
I like a lot of the black and rollier kind of stuff. Like there's a black metal band called Shooter I like a lot. Some of the more recent Dark Throne, I like all of Dark Throne, but the crustier punk kind of rock and rolly traditional heavy metal stuff they've been doing lately is really cool. So the cool part about Black Thrash is there's so many different variations of each this individual like genre. There's so many different variations of thrash metal. There's different variations of black metal. So there's really an almost infinite way to blend the two together. So there's almost never a like gap in inspiration. There's always something out there to like be inspired by. But those are the big ones. I think where I draw a lot of it from, a lot of inspiration from.
Yeah. What was the band you said that not Carpathian Force? What was the one after that? You were like, oh, it was like one of my favorite bands, but I didn't recognize the
Um,
name.
I said Shooter.
Shooter? Is it like Shooter?
TSJUDER.
Tsjudar?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like really good. It's really good, like black and roll.
Dude, I love black and roll. I've been like what led me into it was I think like Power Trips, Manifest Decimation, and then I
Mhm.
started getting into some like Enforced and stuff like that. It's Midnight, and then like once I discovered Wise Blood's version of the black and roll, it has a different sound. Like yours and Bloodletter seems to be like a like kind of like standalone
Hmm.
sound now. It doesn't really mimic anyone else, but it's like a combination of like a bunch of different sounds, and it's great. Um,
Yeah.
I love that you guys inject the amount of melody, and I love that your song structures are slightly different than your like verse, chorus, verse. Um,
Mhm.
Really, I think the key to you guys is the writing. Like, where did you come up? Like, who writes all your, do you write all your songs, or is it like a group effort? Or,
Yeah, so I write most of them, and then I write like all of them. There are a few songs on Radiated I didn't write, but typically when it comes time to put the record together, there's usually like 15 or so songs, and then we'll kind of collectively decide as a group which ones are liked and not liked. But at the end of the day, if I still have a good feeling about one, it'll override the decision making process.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I basically write all of it, and it is really easy to follow that format of intro, verse, chorus, bridge, outro, chorus, or however you want to do it. And I do like the way songs feel; they feel really complete to me that way. But then that's the appeal I think of getting into black metal back in the day was that it didn't have that song structure. Bands like Blood Incantation or like Skeleton Witch don't have that structure. It's almost like linear songwriting to where it's like riffs will repeat, but not in a traditional sense. So inspiration comes from that too.
I think the Blood Incantation, the last one, Absolute Elsewhere, I think that was just a little bit too out there for me because it leaned into like the progressive side of the house a little bit
Yeah.
too much for me. And I was when they knuckled down and I love it, but like I don't like the Jefferson Starship influences and stuff like that.
Oh man, I loved it. Yeah, that was just me though. But
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
I just thought it was so out of nowhere, and it just I don't know. It was such a cool way to add so many different textures to it. That was just mine. That's just me though. That's the best part about it is that we all don't have to like it. So
And that's the beautiful, I love metal because like we can all agree that like, hey, this metal is great, but there's so many subgenres and like I didn't realize how much there really was until like I started doing this channel about a year ago. And
mhm.
like the Indonesian project, I'm learning so much around the rest of the world about influences and like some of the South American countries are just as brutal as we are, but like they're undiscovered and you know, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Sepultura's done all right for themselves.
Yeah, yeah, I just saw them a couple weeks ago again for twice this year, and they're still bringing the heat, you know?
Yeah, man, the Cavalier brothers are out there busting ass, and it's I've seen them two or three times, and it's kick ass. Yeah.
The first time I saw Max though, I was like frozen, like, dude, that's a legend, like,
Yep.
and
And
like
then
his fucking guitar move, like his fret hand like doesn't move. It's like so slow and but like the speed he has, it's like confusing to me.
yeah, dude, and Igor back there just beating the hell out of that kid, just putting like full force behind every single drum stroke. It's insanity. I saw the Cavalier set down at Hell's Heroes last year, and I was like up front for it, and it was chaos.
And Igor's not like they're not like 20-year-old dudes, you know?
No,
Like
man, no, not at all. They're like I don't know how old they are, 40s, 50s maybe, and they're up there playing ass beating thrash.
and like it's still quality. It's not like I always
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah. It's not phoned in.
Yeah, there's no backing tracks or like
No.
just face melting thrash and I love every fucking minute of it.
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
Yeah. And that's like the great thing about this. I started going into other countries like Venezuela and like Argentina, some Portuguese, and like I'm finding all these like ultra talented bands that just have no like discovery yet. And
Mhm.
like it's like a drug for me now. Like it gave up alcohol, it gave up everything else. So it's like I'm just chasing riffs, you know? And then it was
Yeah,
like it
dude.
was pretty sick when when Sean sent over the From Welkin to Tundra because I oh fuck I hit the button. But I was like it's fucking dude, it's everything I love. Especially the New Gods, New Masters, which starts off with that black metal fucking riff and then it just tears into face mountain metal.
Yeah, dude. I like that one a lot too. I knew that one would be a good one. It's not that one actually was almost a single. Um I'm not sure why we didn't choose it as a single, but I remember it being thrown in the air about it, but thrown up in the air and discussed. But it's not on the set list currently. But I think once we get like another tour next year, we'll probably revamp the set and put it in there or something.
You have, if you ever come to Pittsburgh, I'll pay you extra money to play that motherfucker. You know, like, dude,
Right on, man.
it's
Right
so
on.
fucking good, dude. And like the weird part was like when I was listening to that From Welcome to Tundra, like a lot of bands will front load all like the speed, the aggression, and then as the album goes, it kind of wanes off. But it seemed like yours was reverse. Like it was well balanced throughout the whole album, and it was just it's easy to just keep smashing that repeat button.
Yeah, that was definitely intentional. I definitely didn't want it to. I think maybe the slowest parts of that record might be "And Now It's Dark" or
Yeah.
"Blade Crown." But I knew I wanted, I was always a huge fan of like how like Metallica would always end like, well, I guess like with Master of Puppets and Injustice, you end with Damage Inc. and Dyer's Eve, and it's just these fucking ass beating, burn the house down. Like this is it. This is no holds barred. The train's coming off the tracks. Like so, I knew I wanted a really ripping track to end the record too, and I wanted it to be pretty relentless throughout the entire thing. So it was definitely intentional.
So when you guys were choosing singles, was that like just you guys were choosing as a band, or do you choose with the label? I'm not too sure about how like the business side of the house works.
Yeah, a little bit of both for us, and I'm sure it's different for everyone. I I like to always take things to either the band or to Sean or to like almost a third party and present it and say, what would you or just get show the record to some friends. I this record was done back in like April, like it was finished in April. So I showed it to a few friends and was like just getting the vibe of it and things like that. And of course, everyone of course comes back with different answers and it's like you guys didn't fucking help me at all. But
I go
yeah,
through that with my wife,
I
so I
try to get,
understand.
yeah, I try to like, I definitely believe in like what I think is going to be good, but then I also know that like I'm not the whole world for the ears of it too. So that's, I think it's really important to get an outside perspective. So that's usually what I try to do. And then, that's how it ends up. So.
Do you feel like you're biased when you look at your work? Like, oh, I put more into this song versus that song. I feel for it a little bit more. I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
that.
def yeah, totally. I used to be a little more bad about that, but as I've got like in the last year especially, I've made a point to really try to kill that. So not too much anymore. If something sucks, it sucks. Don't use it. Don't overthink it. Just, um, and try to get rid of that bias or ego. So yeah.
Yeah. So when you were like I noticed a lot of like the EPs and the singles that you released, you didn't include them on like the following full lengths. They were
Mhm.
almost like standalone EPs and standalone singles. Most bands don't do that. Like I was just wondering like why you guys didn't include it like on the following full lengths.
Yeah, like if you didn't get it at the time, you didn't get it at the time, sucks to suck.
Yeah, that's a cool
No,
theory though.
for Radiated, we did do that. For Radiated, the first 100 copies of the first pressing of Radiated on CD did include Complete Blinding Darkness. So there are physicals out there that of Complete that exist, but they're bundled into Radiated. I don't have any more. The label doesn't have any more. They're long gone. But there we did that, and then yeah, and then Faster Than the Devil. I think, and then Cybernetic. Yeah, those are just standalone things that, I always, Midnight did a bunch of singles and I was definitely inspired by that. And I like, the Misfits did a lot of singles back in the day and I was inspired by that. So I just like to do these little, EPs or singles in between major releases to just keep the train rolling, I guess.
If
Make sure people.
anybody's if anybody's willing to sell their Radiated Remains EP with that bonus song on it, please feel free to reach out.
It's yeah, check Discogs. I think I
Yeah,
found it
man.
on Discogs for like $200 and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, dude, come on.
You guys are like the bourgeois of thrash metal, you know?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Dude, it was a great EP, man. Like it had because like for me it was like a big step up in production from Complete Blinding Darkness, man. And like that updated production just really took it to a new level for me. And that's when I was like, man, fuck yeah, let's go, Graveripper. I'm on board.
Yeah, man,
And
for sure.
yeah. So with you guys out going out on tour, who are you gonna be on tour with? Like,
Yeah, we're gonna go out with our boys in Sadistic Force. They're another black thrash speed band from Texas. We actually played with them a couple years back in Los Angeles, and then we just always followed each other on Instagram and things like that, and just kind of stayed in touch loosely. And then they put a new EP out this year called Morbid Odyssey, which is a total ripper. We're like, you want to do something, so and here we are.
Oddly enough, like I didn't even know you were going on tour with Sadistic Force, but I listened to the Odyssey. I can't remember the name, the Odyssey, whatever, yesterday. So it's going to be a brutal tour, man. You guys and them.
Yeah, for sure. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, so I hope like nobody sleeps on that because like I'm sitting over here in Pittsburgh, like, man, how far is fucking Lincoln, Nebraska? You know, like
Yeah, totally. Probably
there's been
farther away than Chicago would be.
oh, I'm so like my some shit happened over the last week, and so like a lot of my wife's family came in town, and they're from Chicago. So I was just talking to them like, hey, I saw some shows in Chicago. I need a place to crash. So you got to kind of hit them up when I have to, you know?
There you go. I think there's going to be some Ohio dates. There's some Ohio dates in there too. I'm not sure how far we're going, if we're going into Pennsylvania at all. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
I'm gonna have to re-look up. I think I have your tour confused with somebody else's. Like
yeah, because there's no West Coast dates on there at all.
when I say West Coast, I'm thinking like I don't know, New Mexico, Arizona, but I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
none of that
yeah, I'm gonna have to look up. I think I'm confused with somebody else.
for
But
sure.
if you guys make it into Ohio, that's close enough. I think I will take a trip for that one.
There you go, man. I'm pretty sure there are Ohio dates on there.
Yeah. So where can people go to get the copy of Welcome to Tundra? I got mine already, but where can people go to order it?
Yeah, man, the best place is going to be to go to graveripper.bandcamp.com. We've got CDs, cassettes, and LPs ready for you to pick up.
Dude, there's some badass designs on some of them too. They're going to be merch, I'm sure, at the shows. Like, are there going to be any of these sick ass designs on shirts?
Oh, yeah, man. Only the sickest.
Yeah. So people got to snatch it up. Only after I get mine, though, you know?
Totally. You got first dibs, man.
Of like I'm fucking greedy. I never advertise tours until like that I'm gonna go to until I bought my ticket first.
You got to be sure. That's right, man.
Yeah, I'm going to see Alex Skolnick Trio, like his jazz band,
Oh, cool.
like next week or maybe like 2 weeks. And I noticed it was like a really small venue, and I was like, man, I want to post I got ticket or like I'm gonna go, but I was like, I better get my tickets because it's only like small venues. So I
Yeah, that'll
I
be a
didn't
nice
want
show.
I'd hate to advertise it and then like fucking sell out and I not get a ticket, you know?
Yeah.
So
That would suck.
yeah, man. So what are you guys looking to accomplish with this tour and this record? Just bring out as much metal to the masses as you can?
Yeah, exactly. Probably just do as much touring with it as we can. Yeah, just try to spread the word as best we can, man.
Yeah. And it seems like a lot of words being spread about you guys online and it's all positive feedback.
Yeah, dude, it's been dope.
This is a strong record. I really hope like it grabs like some people's attention because I would like to see like black and roll or like even black and thrash, just more of it just being infused into the music scene. I feel it's a very underrepresented like subgenre.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's definitely out there a lot. There's definitely a lot of like black and thrash bands or just like black metal bands that I think are on the up and up. I just don't think that's really the trend
Yeah.
in metal right now. So
Yeah.
I think if anything, it might be on its way out, unfortunately. Like a bad time to put out a black thrash record. But that's like I said, there's so many of these bands that I've said the word black thrash so many times. That it's always these rock and rolly key of A riffs that are just like party time. And it's kind of like, but it's all very, very similar. But Graveripper is rooted in like more aggression and more hatred and more I think takes a kind of more sodomy or creator or
Yeah.
slayer stance to our thrash instead of just ripping off Venom or Toxic Holocaust or Celtic Frost. So I do think we stand apart and we put that rock and rolly a little more in there in a different way than like Midnight does, which is good because it's distinct and it's us and it's unique. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see if I'd love for Black Thrash and Roll, which is what I call us, to be more prominent, of course, because then we'd be on the road more.
Hell
But we'll just
yeah.
have to.
Well, I interviewed Vanek at this time last year
Oh
from
yeah,
I'm sure you know who he is. And
yeah,
like I was trying to beg him to come down to Pittsburgh to play too. And he was telling me he got a lot of going on with as far as like horror themed industries. Like he sells cereal, he has a studio. Um he fucking mixes and masters. He's touring the world with well, he's not in Midnight now, but
yeah. He's not Midnight anymore. Yeah,
yeah, he announced it on my podcast, but I don't think anybody like actually saw it because I was so new back then, you know?
yeah.
So like I was like, I'm just some small guy talking to, to Vanek, but hey, that would be cool if I caught on.
It would. Yeah, man, for
Yeah.
sure.
So as far as like your guitar playing and stuff, do you take that from Venom in Midnight too? Or
I kind of take a little bit of it from everywhere.
there's a lot of melody, man, and it's not watered, it's really catchy, but it's not like watered down.
Yeah, there's like a decent amount of melody. I don't know if I'd call it melody. I'd almost just call it riffs.
Yeah, yeah, maybe that's a better term.
We're not like I think like melodic. There's like melodic death and melodic thrash, and we don't fit that. I hate that shit. I don't really think we're that kind of style. I think we're a little more rude and aggressive. Um, but I think a lot of I mean, learning how to play just comes from learning the old Metallica stuff, and a lot of the tightness and the accuracy comes from learning a lot of Megadeth and Metallica and Slayer just growing up, and then just from there, yeah, just kind of the same, learning a lot of black metal because the black metal will teach you so many minor chords and so many variations on how to play what would regularly be just power chords. And you get such a broader response of the music instead of just power chording it all over the place. So it's a balance and blend between the two. But yeah, for technique and tightness, definitely the old thrashy stuff and just trying to articulate those notes as best as possible. But musically, I'm always like learning something with black because it's just always teaching me something new.
Yeah, now that you say riffs versus melody, I think that's a much better description because there's no melody in your vocals at all. That's just face melting thrash.
That's why I'm saying if you got an 11-year-old daughter, she can sing melody. I can't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But here's the problem, like, and I love my daughter more than like any other thing in the world. But she sings like musical theater and she does like some acting and performance. And so like she'll be singing stuff here and I'm like, you can't sing that. Like you're too clean. Like I can't listen to that. Stop. And then like I'll come in here and I'll throw on like Power Trip and
Yeah. So you're
like
not a King Diamond fan, I take it?
he's like the outlier. And I think it's
Yeah,
only
she could do backup for King Diamond. Doesn't he have his wife or something on the road, like doing backup falsettos or something with him?
I don't know if it's his wife. He has that. I don't know if she's his wife or not. That Mir Kier.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did have a different chick with him this time. Yeah, it was some other touring metal. I thought for some reason I thought his wife did it at some point, but or just backup vocals. But yeah, he's got a female clean vocalist with him, so there's her job right there.
Yeah, I don't know if Bloodletter's ready for that yet though, you know?
Oh, Bloodletter? I was
Yeah.
talking about King
Or
Diamond.
I'm sorry, I don't Graveripper. I don't think Graveripper's there yet.
Oh no. Well, we don't have clean vocals, so yeah. So she won't be doing that.
We're not bringing that into the mix. But like even your riffs, man, like I was thinking yesterday, like for like New Gods, New Manager, I was like, man, it starts off with that black metal riff, but it's tight and it's catchy as fuck. And then it gets into that like galloping, blackened thrash and roll gallop. And I guess that's not melody, but it's still like I feel like I'm on a horse, man. Let's fucking go, you know? And
Totally, dude.
yeah, so like I don't know if I guess riffs would be a better word. It's not melody, but like whatever the fuck is, I love it and let's go.
Hell yeah.
Bringing that shit in, you know?
Can do.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
bring, we'll bring all the horses we got.
Yeah, so like so when you grew up, were you just listening to thrash and that's how you learned to play? Because I'm starting to learn, go down the road on guitars, and I suck.
Yeah, I mean, in high school, definitely. Like once I was noodling around on guitar, like doing like I got into grunge first. Um, so I was learning, the stuff everybody learns, I guess. But then once I found metal definitely took over, and it was just sitting in front of the computer all day looking at Ultimate Guitar way back when, teaching myself how to read tab, and then going to like the guitar stores in town and picking up the guitar books. I had all the old Metallica books and the Megadeth books, and just like slowly, painstakingly learning these songs,
Yeah,
just little by little. So
it
it's
paid
the thing.
off.
Like, oh man, you can do all that. You're such a guitar player, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like you have no idea how many hours and weekends spent with no friends, with no girlfriends, with just sitting in your room practicing the fucking guitar. So
Yeah,
that's where, yeah, it's where, so growing up, yeah, definitely just the thrashy stuff was how I learned to play the thrashy stuff.
yeah, yeah. It paid off because man, like shit sounds great. Like,
Thanks, dude.
I sit here like so my kids go out every night now. They're older. So I sit here every night and like I'm like basically 14 years old maturity wise. So I sit here staring at tabs all night, tinkering around, and then my kids come home and be like, "Dad, you suck. Guess what I learned?" And you're like,
Tabs are nice now, man. You got those websites like Songster and whatnot where you can just like it'll play the MIDI notes for you as you play along, and it's like, man, I didn't have any, and you can slow it down and speed it up. I had a cracked version of like Guitar Pro back in the day, but so I had that, but it didn't have all the tabs that all this stuff does now. Now, when you look up a tab, you go to Songster and it'll play the whole song for you in MIDI, or it'll link it to YouTube and it'll keep up with the measures and the bars. And I'm just like, this is so much nicer than having to hope that whoever uploaded this Notepad tab file got the tabs right in the first place. Second off,
yeah.
so it's wild.
So you taught yourself how to play then? Like you didn't have an instructor?
Yeah, I did have an instructor for a couple weeks, but I just blew it off. I never went.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I taught myself everything.
Yeah. That's why you have like a different sound because like, you didn't go down the same path.
Yeah, it could be.
I'll take it. Like I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, hey man, we're running out of time on the old clock. So, I want to thank you for taking time out and swinging by, man. It was great to chat with you and great album, man.
Always, man. Thank you for having me. Thank you for checking the record out.
Oh, for sure. And I'll be passing along to quite a few friends too. So,
Appreciate that.